people in. And I know tonight we're going to run out of time. We're not going to get to all 9 numbers in terms of examples of how type fails. So I think this is an opportunity to be like, maybe there's an element of self-reflection for anybody who's listening to sort of sit with it on their own and think about when whatever the strategy is that they typically employ to get what they need out from the world isn't working. But this idea around like asking for what you need just feels like a big theme through what we've talked about so far. It shows up for me in terms of withdrawing. It's showing up for you in terms of like giving, 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 and like not having anything else to give and needing somebody to be like, hey, maybe you don't have to be like that, right? We talked about it just now with the 6. So, yeah, I think that feels like a bit of a theme that's emerging from
Mhm.
this.
Yeah, just sharing what you need if there's any sort of, to your point, reflection about what might be the uncomfortable thing or the thing that doesn't feel supernatural to do. There's a reason why that's probably jumping out as not comfortable, and maybe some thought around how you tap into some of those strategies when nothing else is working.
Yeah. And sometimes
Be-
it's being different than how you normally would be, and that's what makes it so uncomfortable.
well, yeah, it's not safe. It's not predictable, right? The example I
Well,
shared earlier, that wasn't predictable. I
yeah,
couldn't, avoid or try to manipulate the situation to make it easier for myself, but to just say, you know, in no uncertain terms, like, this is what's going to happen. And I need you to understand that and like just being really clear, because I even gave examples in that I didn't even have yet. Like, we didn't have kids at that point. And I was like, I'm not doing 2 birthday parties someday. Like, that's not happening.
right.
And sometimes and my heart was like through my chest when I was doing that, right? The physical feeling that can give is very uncomfortable, even outside of the emotional feeling. But the end result was better than I could have expected, right?
Yeah. Well, and to the discomfort, like the thing that we're all worried about in these situations that are emotional and uncomfortable like that is rejection, right? Like I think it's a deep it's a it's a deep part of the human experience if you think about, you know, thousands of years ago or maybe even hundreds of years ago when it was very much a tribal society. And if you were kicked out of the tribe that you were a part of, that could very well mean starving and dying or being eaten by a predator or, so there's some of that we are still the need for connection, desire to like stay safe and not say the hard thing and whatever is all built out of this fear of loss of the other person or the relationship or right, like that's like I think that's a big part of why there is like physical discomfort that comes up. Like it's like wired into us.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
We think we're so evolved, right?
Right.
But we're fighting against these like basic systems all the time.
Right. I think there's a little flavor and ego in everything that we talk about on this podcast. If you really look back at all of our episodes, and this isn't, any different than that. So as we talk about the work that's associated with and the discomfort, it's challenging the basic systems that you've got wired into your brain, to your earlier point about however many years ago that system created. But the ego is there to protect us from that loss, the discomfort, the all of the things that you just mentioned. So it's just, if you want a simple 3 words to attach to it, like ego is part of it, not all of it. Part of it is just like basic human needs and something that makes us scared as a result, right? But I would just call that out too.
Yeah. There is everything. Like, I mean, if we want to distill even the Enneagram itself down, like these are all the all the types are essentially egos.